Good to have you back with us. We're looking at another consultation. It's always exciting to talk about the things of God because as we consider the things of God, we find a tremendous source of great comfort. I mean, there are some people that, some of the disciples actually came to Jesus and Jesus said, look, you're having difficulty in following me. Why don't you just leave and get back to your old life? And they said, Lord, how can we do that? You have the words of life. And therefore, when we read the word of life, which is the word of God, there's nothing, no alternative, nothing else that can replace that, nothing else that can actually bring so much refreshing to our souls. So we're going to continue with Psalm 23, and we're going to have a look at the following. It says, I will fear no evil. You are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Well, what does that really mean? Well, you see, the staff that the shepherd had a little hook on it. And that would actually be used that if a lamb or sheep had actually fallen into a crevice on the side of the mountain, he'd be able to stretch that rod down, and with that hook, he'd be able to hook it around the neck or part of the body, and he'd be able to lift that sheep to safety. And therefore, even when the sheep would fall and face danger, it could be confident because the shepherd had a staff. And that staff with that hook on would be an extension of his arm to reach down and to grip that sheep. But another thing, why then the rod? Well, the rod and the staff were very, very different. The staff had the hook to it, and the rod was used as a counting rod. So the shepherd would actually count the sheep, especially when he came to the sheepfold at night. He would count them as they went in, 1, 2, 3. He would even name them. And he would make sure that they're all in. The rod would be the counting rod, and the staff would be that which would rescue them in case they had fallen. Now, the Bible speaks of leaving the 99 and searching for the one sheep that is lost. Well, that could often happen. What would happen? Some sheep would have wandered off. It could have actually fallen. It could have, in actual fact, exposed itself to a lot more danger, and the elements may have been contrary. It could have been a storm. He gets them into the sheepfold, but now he finds out he only has 99. The good shepherd goes and looks for that one sheep. He's not going to leave him out there. He could very well say, oh, it's only one. But he knows that sheep by name. And the reason why he knows that sheep by name is because he knows the number and the name of that sheep. After all, that's what the rod is. He counts it every time it comes in. So that sheep is missing. Number 100 is missing. I'm going to go and search for it. And what he does is he leaves the sheep safe in the sheepfold, and he goes out in the dark of night, and he calls out and waits for the bleating of the sheep so he could hear the sheep. And then whatever light he would have, he would be able to reach down, use the staff, and rescue that sheep. So what does it say? I will fear no evil. In other words, I will not be intimidated by the things of life because God knows me by number and he knows me by name. Here, that's the rod. He also has a staff, and that staff will come and rescue me. And because I know God will rescue me, what does it say? This comforts me. So let's read it again. I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So my friends, I want you to be comforted in your time of stress and your time of trouble. Now, we are only human, and because we're human, there's some days we feel that we can meet the world and face the day with a lot of optimism and be excited and energetic and things are all going away. And then sometimes we wake up and everything's just turned very, very bad. The sun doesn't shine, it's cloudy, the storm is raging, and that storm is raging inside of us. We are angry, we're bitter, and we're confused about who we are. We're so stressed. We can find comfort in the fact that God knows our circumstances. He knows exactly how you're feeling. He knows your emotions. He knows your inhibitions. He knows your fears. He knows your personal hang-ups and problems. You can be comforted in the fact that he has the rod, he's numbered and named you, and he has the staff so that he can rescue you. Through those two elements, you and I can find security and comfort. What a wonderful hope we got. What a wonderful assurance we've got that even when your friends around you don't understand you, when you're having a bad day, God understands you. And because he understands you, he wants to know that he knows your name and He's rescued you with His staff. Be comforted today. And I trust that you'll have a wonderful, wonderful day today, knowing that God knows your name and He knows who you are. And He's interested in rescuing you from whatever dilemma you find yourself in. God bless you, and may there be a lot of healing for your soul.